about getting past. Now he gets a big run on the 9 of Chase Elliott, takes him almost to the lead.
But there again, you see Chase doesn't have, he had to,
Jamie McMurray.
Trouble.
In the wall. Caution.
Up front damage.
That Chip Ganassi Chevrolet took a light hit into the wall and a pretty hard
I hit pretty good.
Yep. Into the corner here behind McMurray.
Pretty big run, pretty far back. Looks like he's going to try to maybe squeeze to the inside. Yeah, just barely clips that left rear quarter. That's all it takes really to get the car turning around. Hard to say if Kurt Busch's car got a little bit tight as he got there and it just would pull down and get all the way underneath Jamie McMurray, or
I almost think the air. I mean, I'm looking at the left rear corner of that one car right there. I don't see any wheel mark or anything. It's almost like the air pushed him around like he was a little loose and it just turned him.
Yeah, if they touched, it was barely.
Riding with Kevin Harvick.
Give me your again, clear low if you need it. Whatever you need here, watch him. Watch it one, watch it one. Keep coming.
Now here comes a push from the 42. Watch that, go to the 41, push the 41. He's got to run on the 48, Jimmy Johnson.
I think.
Johnson gets turned!
Not again.
Keep digging.
Kyle Busch into Larson into Johnson. And for what, the 7th year in a row, Jimmy Johnson will crash out of the clash.
That was so unnecessary.
Back straightaway, Kurt Busch jumps out of line to make a move. And now you've got the 42, and I believe the 18 is behind the 42. So he comes up to Jimmy Johnson,
Bam.
gives him a little shove,
And that
just turns him.
Turned him.
And you know, the front nose on these Camaros is very pointed and doesn't really line up great to the rear bumper, even of other Camaros. That's going to be something we're going to have to keep an eye on through Speedweeks.
That was a pretty hard shot he gave. You know, I was it was harder than a bump. It takes so little.
And then Martin Truex Jr. looking on board with his Toyota Camry.
Yeah, in this position as a driver, you can't really see what's developing. Martin didn't like what he saw. He got off the gas. Looked like he had a chance to slow up, but then got loose down in the mud and crashes his number 78 car.
So we counted as many as 6. Everybody, the early indications are okay. The cars could be another story, but
a full-time competitor before, and some just new, and right out of the gate, it's the 16, and that is Brett Moffitt. Not the way you want to get your season started.
Really surprised. He never even got up to speed.
Didn't hit anything, I don't believe.
See him trying to get up to speed. Think maybe just carried a little bit too much speed on the flat of the racetrack there, Michael?
Yeah.
Cold tires?
I did that one day.
We get your attention right out of the gate.
I was afraid, Phil, that maybe he tried to go from second gear to third and maybe shoved it up in first.
Yeah.
But that did not happen, so there won't be any damage to the engine there. But
Coming out. Here he is on the right side of the screen. See what happens here.
Jimmy drops out of line after they come through the trial. Well, he realizes he has a problem. It looked like the car got pretty loose right there. As he moves down, I believe he blows a left rear tire, sends him into Eric Almirola. Daniel Suarez has to avoid him, spins to the infield. I think other than some tires, Daniel might be okay. Heavy damage to the 48 of Jimmy Johnson.
All right, let's turn up our Fox visor cam and show you what Daniel Suarez saw.
Half back to the 43.
Great job, great instincts to be able to turn to the left. He saw the corner of his eye, Jimmy Johnson having a problem in turning back into the field and avoided him.
Eric Almirola from his rear bumper.
Absolutely nothing that Eric Almirola can do any different to avoid that.
And we'll ride along with the 7-time champion of this series, Jimmy Johnson.
He gets a little loose right there. He checks up. Oh, you can hear it pop. I heard
that
pop.
He felt it, backed off, got down low, but when it popped, it just went left.
Now, I don't know if you know, he ran something over, but these cars are down, sparking a lot. These are the highest speeds they've seen in any kind of conditions. I just wonder if maybe there was a rub on that left rear fender.
Here's Jimmy Johnson's radio.
I just don't know any tire rubs or anything. I'm really perplexed. All right. Well, we'll get the backup up. All right, bud. Thanks, man. Sorry.
Now, clearly in that view, the left rear was down. Daniel Suarez has made a pit stop and continued. Jimmy Johnson lost a left rear tire on lap 9, collected Eric Almirola.
They're wrecking. 24's around.
Oh, no.
William Byron, the rookie.
Hold her down.
Stenhouse jumped out to make a move. 17. I don't know if that
never touched you, but he pulled you around with air.
Left.
Watch this, Mike.
All right, watch Stenhouse on your right, the blue
car back here behind the 24 when he jumps out.
He gets right up to that rear bumper and then goes to side draft that left rear. Well, I mean, look how close he is. And it just, basically, that just packs air like Larry was talking earlier, but instead of pulling him back, it actually took the back of the car and turned it around.
Mike, I think the way the air is moving around these cars right now, with the cars the way they're set up, nobody's really sure what's causing these things to happen.
24 minutes, 17, popping on the line. Stand behind you, stand behind you, stand behind you. Stay up front, stay up there. Inside.
Now let's ride with Kurt Busch.
Wow.
That just shows.
Spin it, left, keep digging, straight ahead. You're all clear here, all clear.
Wow, what a shot.
Tore up the car, but we'll go to work and get ready for the 500. So it just was, we were just all kind of riding in a single file line, and a couple guys were trying to make the bottom work and just got sucked around. So.
David Gilliland is around down in turn 1 and took a pretty hard hit into the wall.
Heavy
that will put us under
car.
our 3rd caution flag.
We talked about
Be okay.
Alex Bowman being far enough.
He's an idiot. He won 2 of these things. Now he's a hero.
Situation. Oh no, that didn't get him loose there. Now he gets a run, gets into the corner. Oh, same exact situation as he crossed over. That is basically just turning these cars sideways when you get that close and pack air in the left rear.
I just
turned him right around.
Jeff, I just think that shows what a fine line it is between a car that you can hang on to and one that just a little air moving and you go around.
And again, no contact between the two.
No.
And Stenhouse obviously is very confident in his car's ability to move around because he's making some pretty aggressive moves.
It's hard lick right there. That nose hammered that wall.
Just nothing David could do right there once that car came around. He's just along for the ride. To get up there and get the lead. That's what the 12 just paid back by trying to take the lead there. Crash on the back straightaway.
Keselowski tried to jam it in there and bump draft.
Caution.
Pays the price.
That's a good race car that just got torn up.
Jammed it in there. The hole closed right up on Brad.
Yeah, I mean, look, I couldn't tell if he was trying to come up or if the one car, McMurray, just in this duel. Especially when you have a car as good as Brad Keselowski's.
Yep.
And here comes McMurray coming to the rear bumper. It looks like the two actually moves down a little bit for a split second and then thinks twice about it, but McMurray was there by then.
Now you'll see that close up from the Goodyear blimp.
So great run here by McMurray. Now Keselowski's trying to figure out what to do with it. He almost thought about going to the 12, but he comes back up and McMurray filled that space and nowhere to go but up in the wall.
Wow. That's a shame because that too is a great car, and now they've got
11 complete.
Chase Elliott pushing the issue with Eric Jones.
Oh, Jones around.
Just like we saw in Duel 1 with Stenhouse.
Yep, same thing.
Matthew Benedetto, the 32. Patrick shoots by. Kyle Larson is in it.
I think Larson, minimum damage. Oh, no, his left front's tore up.
You know, anytime there's a rule change, Mike, Jeff, there are unintended consequences.
the 20 of Eric Jones. So here you can see Chase Elliott side drafted in the 78. He goes for a move and he says, no, I'm not quite ready to make that move, but he stays right there on that crucial part of the quarter panel, and that air, as it was packing up on that left rear, as Eric Jones came off the banking, spun him right around.
I don't think that Jones ever hit anything.
You can see Jones gets
a little contact
loose right
there. You saw that right front tire spoke a little bit.
And a tough break for the 32 at DiBenedetto. Go Fast Racing, one of the sport's smaller teams, caught up in that one.
Danica did a great job making it through.
Oh, Miller put it on the pole and somehow spun out.
He went to the top with a time of 49.016, and on the cool down lap lost it, Michael.
And maybe it was still in gear. Oh, possibly just carrying too much speed down on the apron. I mean, that apron is really, really flat, and these cars don't like flat surfaces. They're set up for those high banks. They won't handle down there. I don't think he should have went onto the apron, I guess, obviously.
He didn't hit anything, but my fear is he flat spotted those tires, and now he's going to have to.
With the 98 of Enfinger.
That's him right here inside of the 51 truck. Spencer Davis. Dalton Sargent at 25 right behind him. He just wanders up off the bottom and looks like just tries to turn back to the bottom, Phil. Just got loose, just simply got loose. And watch the driving some of these racers do to get through it. How about Parker Kligerman? He got hit by the 20 of Legacy. There's that hard contact to the safer barrier for Jennifer Jo Cobb.
Well, it's amazing that Coughlin and Sargent both avoided significant damage. Coughlin, you see there spinning, and that was Sargent right behind him. What a big hit for Jennifer Jo Cobb.
Thank goodness for the safer barriers.
You're right. We both hit that wall down there when it wasn't protected. And
let's go on board with Cody Coughlin. Enfinger is just up ahead on the left.
Stay up here. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down. Keep it locked down. Release the brake, release the brake. Okay. Keep it locked down, keep it locked down, keep it locked down. Nice. Didn't hit a thing, Jerry.
The 0-2. Well, it was fourth when I said that.
Oh, Cody Coughlin got pushed out of line.
Trying to find room to get back up into the track, and around it goes.
Is that John Hunter?
And the 16 of Brett Moffitt.
Watch it, watch it, watch it. Pick your way through here. What's your problem, Cody? Talk to us. The left rear, Phil.
There goes the right rear tire.
Well, the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek, the 16 of Brett Moffitt, the 13 there is Myatt Snyder. Watch it right here.
There's Cody Coughlin. We saw him get pushed out. Did a nice job saving that. Watch the 8 now.
That first black truck.
Second truck in line. That tire just explodes as it gets down into turn number 3.
Oh, great job by Davis.
What a nice unbelievable. Austin Hill as well. Unfortunately for the 16 of Moffitt, Stuart Friesen absolutely nowhere to go, as well as the 13 of Myatt Snyder.
Wrong place, wrong time.
It's an unbelievable job by the 51 of Spencer Davis.
He's just relying on all that experience he has here at Daytona and in the Truck Series, right, Phil?
How many times has he been here?
Oh, this is the first time he's ever taken to the high banks of Daytona in his first truck start ever, and that was a veteran move. He was able to move to the high side, kept control of his truck, and drove right through that mess.
And Joe Nemechek had the presence of mind to move up the racetrack to give him room to get in between himself and his son John Hunter.
Watch it from on board with Cody Coughlin.
Oh, we got one sideways on the
right front down.
And that is Kligerman.
Wreck in front of you, wreck in front of you.
The right front went for Kligerman just about the same time that Noah Gregson had a problem and Bo Lamastus involved.
Yeah, I saw from the onboard there that Lamastus got sideways.
Here's the shot you were talking about, Mike.
Watch out over there to the left.
You can see they were keep coming. Caution will be out. It's not out yet. Big wreck behind you. Caution is out.
I think somebody ran in the back of Noah Gregson. But we know the view you see there's the contact. Watch. Actually, I don't think there was any contact. Miller just got sideways trying to avoid the 54 of Bo Lamastus and couldn't hold on to it.
Lamastus was tight beside another truck, and it just...
Lamastus making his truck. Scott Lagasse. Haley couldn't run this race last year because he wasn't old enough, so this is his first time here at Daytona.
He went to Talladega.
Oh, hard hit again. 68 of Greenfield.
Looks like Matt Crafton might have gotten to the outside wall too, but hard impact.
The 28 of Brian Doza, the 7 of Corbin Forrester.
Yeah,
you see the 88 of Crafton's got heavy damage.
Heavy damage to the 88. Just about ripped the tail off that truck.
Of Crafton.
Nobody in front of him on the top. You're clear middle if needed. You're all clear on the top. Both sides. Hang tight there, hang tight.
Yeah, Matt was going to try to shoot the middle there when Clay was up the racetrack. Oh, that hurts me. Look at Cody Coughlin, that job he does. He was right behind the 02 of Austin Hill. Austin got his right front fender damaged.
And earlier he was down in the dirt on the back straightaway. He just keeps avoiding messes.
Could have collected so many more, even than what it did. The red by. Can Sauter hold him off? Here they come through the tri-oval. Sauter holding back Haley, and Johnny Sauter is going to win the season opener at Daytona.
Yeah, good job, guys, yeah. The guy who knows all about him is Brad Keselowski. And Brad, what is it like for him to be dealing with this kind of track at these speeds as he's the meat and the sandwich getting bobbed around here and he crashes?
Oh no, big trouble.
Yeah, we talked about a couple of slides, or maybe 3. It's going to eventually go wrong, and it finally did.
He was very loose, very loose. A piece of that. Here's a look back.
So you can see this coming, Michael, that he's already loose, and if you get somebody on your right side, especially off of turn 4 with that wind blowing, you're in trouble. And he got one bobble, saved it, another bobble, and the car's just really light for him right now, and he just lost it.
You got to tip your cap to Suarez. He saw the issues that Cindric was having. He flared up, gave him plenty of room, but Austin just couldn't keep his car going straight. And Brad, he said on the radio, I don't really know what I could have done there. What advice would you give your quasi-teammate that adds to your problems?
I've often said you got to be strong mentally to be successful at this style of racing. I go back to last year when he was competing for you, involved in an early crash in the truck race. His only experience here, does that weigh on his mind at all?
Oh, that's definitely weighs on your mind. And this type of racing, look, it's tough. It's really tough. You know, you want to trim your car out to be as fast as it can be. And sometimes when you do that, they make them hard to drive. He had a great qualifying effort. You know,
with just over 20 laps to go, likely taking him out of contention.
Oh, whoa.
Can he save it? Wow, what a save. Oh, but behind Cole Custer. Into the wall, caution is out.
Oh, this is going to tear up some good cars, too.
Daniel Hemrick, the pole sitter. Spencer Boyd is there.
I'll tell you, the 76 car, Boyd, he never quit driving, Brad. He was fighting that thing through the traffic. Didn't pack. That'll be exciting. Let's see what happens to Ryan Truex. Probably gets pushed out of line.
Oh, he gets blocked late by the 16 of Ryan Reed. Definitely makes contact, pushes him underneath the yellow line. Now he's just trying to save it the best he can. That shows you how important the banking is, Michael, because without the banking, these cars will not keep the grip. And he slid right off the flat onto the banking. Did a great job saving it, too.
Didn't look like there was much damage when he came back across the transition.
Watch these cars. There goes Custer.
Yeah, Jeff Green was the black and yellow 38 that came through there.
Look at the 76 on the low side. Just fighting it. Gets on the high side of Hemrick. Not a lot of damage.
35 of Joey Gase, and the 86, that white and aqua car, that's Brandon Brown, who somehow drove through.
Oh, on board with Ryan. This is going to be great. Oh, my goodness. You see he made contact with the 16, trying to miss him.
Easy here, easy.
We learned the rule last weekend. in the clash.
It forced this strictly for a little while, so. But
well,
you know,
I think they haven't had to call the rule, Brad, because last year these guys could easily hook together. They went to work in the wind tunnel. They used
problems for Garrett Smithley.
For Smithley, and
Michael
also
Annette too.
Annette, great driving by the field to stay off of Annette.
What'd you say, Michael? We weren't done with the caution flag yet today?
And I'm going to go, I hate to say this, Adam, but we're still not.
Truex, who of course went below that double yellow line. He's up in the top 15. On board with him here to take a look at what brought out our 6th caution of the day.
Truex exited turn 4.
Truex was trying to get in the hole. Maybe it wasn't quite there. Right there, just trying to squeeze over. Smithley shut the door on him. Just what you're going to see now, huh, Brad?
Towards the end of the race, you're just going to get more aggressive on the blocks, and I don't think Garrett was expecting Ryan to fill that hole. There wasn't much of a hole there, so he'll probably be a little frustrated with that one for sure.
And look what happens to the 5 of Michael Annette. He gets a shove.
You see Brandon Jones right behind Annette working the wheel in the 19. That was a nice job of driving. Side, Larson jumps out front on the restart.
Look at that big run by Justin Allgaier. Oh, and they look like they're together, yes.
Another caution going to come out here, I do believe. That's the 0-1. Nope, he keeps it straight, and I think we're going to stay green.
The caution
Nope, there it
flies.
is. And we'll see what happened here, but to your point, we're now going to be down to 7-8 laps to go when we get the restart.
I think Josh Williams I saw was apart, maybe.
Yep, that's him in the bright orange car.
Yeah, and he was getting pushed from behind. I think it maybe veered him over to the left a little bit.
The 2 of Matt Tifft right behind him.
Those cars got together, and Vinnie Miller wound up with the short end of the stick. Solid run for...
That's why we see these guys side by side and nobody able to challenge Kyle Larson.
Logano looked to the high side. Larson throws the block, and there goes Elliott Sadler out of line.
Yellows out.
Caution's out.
8th time today.
Wow, and Joey Logano had a big run on Kyle Larson right there off of turn 2. Just incredible racing.
We wondered if Elliott and Chase Elliott could get there. They did, Adam. They were in the top 5, but watch what goes wrong.
Oh, Joey, he was there. Looked like Elliott just got a little bit more of a bump than what he could hold on to. It's a tough spot coming off the corner and transitioning from the banking to the flat. The cars are light right there, and it doesn't take much.
See him wandering off the bottom there? That's not a good sign.
It doesn't take much.
This will be the 15th overtime finish for the Xfinity Series. Look at Allgaier getting drop kicked.
Oh no, there they go.
Spinner into the wall, Almirola. Larson out of shape. So is Chase Elliott. And the caution is out again.
Wow, we made it so far, Michael, but we just couldn't keep this up. Oh, and they're still hitting.
When we got the green flag, there were 32 cars on the lead lap. You knew there was a potential of this, and now we'll have a second overtime. See all the damage.
Just a big push here from Chase Elliott to Eric Almirola. Kyle Larson goes up to block it, but he just can't sustain it. They're not up to speed. The cars aren't set in the rear, and it just huge spin, as you can tell. Looked like Chase at the very end got a push from Daniel, which actually turned him sideways. You can see they're only at 180 mile an hour, so the cars aren't at full speed right now. They're not set down in the racetrack. That makes them really easy to spin. We'd seen contact like this earlier in the race, but at this speed, the rear heights in the car aren't set. They're not down in the racetrack. They don't have the downforce. They're way more susceptible to spinning with that contact.
Did you see some of those guys slipping through that wreck? There goes Alex Labbe from Canada. He made it through. And then just the job Spencer Gallagher did to squeeze through.
3 into right front. 4 looking outside. Spin down low, spin both sides, stay middle, stay middle, stay middle, stay middle.
How eventful has the day been for Ryan Truex in that 11?
This will tell the tale here.
So it looks to me like from this view that Kyle Larson just didn't quite get high enough on Eric Almirola. He was trying to maybe protect the inside a little bit, and the push wasn't quite as square as he needed, again, with the car not at full speed.
You can see Joey Logano into the outside wall. There's Joe Nemechek in the 15 Johnny Davis car. Wow, look, the track's blocked.
Years ago driving in the truck series for our guy Brad. Maybe he can do it today. Position behind the wheel for
Gerald Geider Kid's Mustang, and I mean, they're just pushing really hard up top, and you see it, and Eric was getting spun, and he was pushing, and I just, what are you gonna do? It's the end of the race, and no one's gonna lift, and I think I got hit by every car on the way through.
As they go through turns 1 and 2.
Look at that run Gallagher has into the back of Truex. He's getting pounded from Chastain. Oh, around he goes.
Oh, wow. This is already the longest race. We'll see if NASCAR throws a yellow.
Yes, they do. They've been consistent today.
Yellow's out.
Other guys came after lap 100. They should be good to go. Here's a replay that brings out the caution.
This is a little bit of Newton's cradle here, where you get 3 or 4 cars hitting each other. The energy just makes it really hard for the middle, and of course the end guy gets the biggest run here. He's going to use that to make a pass for the lead, but the guy in the middle, he's in a lot of trouble. Gets turned around here by Ross Chastain.
You know, Ross and Spencer both did a great job of putting themselves in a position to have the speed.
As this yellow comes out, I really thought Ryan Reed was in the spot to win this race. And let's review that really quick. What happened here is the 18 ran out of fuel after they were already double filed. That means the 16 was stuck in the outside lane on this restart, did not have the help he needed. If he could have he's going to really get tested here by Ryan Reed and Elliott Sadler.
Oh, I don't know if those guys are going to make it off turf. No, they didn't. Will the caution flag fly?
Did he get to the start-finish line? We'll see here. The caution did not come out. Oh, there it goes. Caution flag comes out with the white flag.
The yellow
The
came out.
question becomes, did the caution come?
Yeah, I just hate that I cost our team a win or a good finish. Who knows if we would have won or not. But it would have been cool to get DC Solar in victory lane. Had a lot of fun today. Led a lot of laps. Felt like I learned a lot and was able to...
Oh, something breaks on his car.
Yeah, looks like a track bar probably, doesn't it?
Yep. You can always tell when they crab walk like that. He hit pretty hard. NASCAR has to throw a yellow for this.
Yeah. Something in the rear suspension let go.
You can see all the oil on the racetrack where the radiator. And the whole field would have had to drive back through this on the next lap, so this wouldn't have been fair.
No way you can let that go.
For the pack, I'll take it. 10 more.
We're wrecked, guys. We're wrecked.
Kyle Busch that caught Kennington as he went around. Car is still reviewing the number 22 of Logano to see if he will be penalized. Look at this! Oh, Stenhouse! He saved it!
No, Jones is not going to be able to save it.
Jones did not.
Come on.
Jones, his teammate Suarez, William Byron, Jimmy Johnson are all in it along with Ty Dillon. Oh,
Trevor Bayne was able to weave his way through there.
Caution. And the green and white checkered flag to end stage 1 with Kurt Busch, the stage winner. View to sort out what happened here. 3 wide. Look at the orange number 19 and the 88.
So the 12 of Blaney goes try to make a move on the 17 of Stenhouse. He blocks it. They make contact. Great save by Stenhouse, but so much momentum coming with the 20 of Eric Jones. When he gets into the back of the 17 of Stenhouse, his car starts going around on him.
What a shame. What a shame.
6 cars involved, riding with Daniel Suarez.
That was violent.
Now you know what it's like to wreck at Daytona going into turn 3.
Holy
now,
smoly.
7-time series champ Jimmy Johnson's on board.
Inside, one coming back on top.
Absolutely nothing you can do in that situation.
And let's have a look from the back straightaway as this developed.
Big move to the outside to block Blaney by Stenhouse. I thought for sure Stenhouse was going around.
Yeah, he looked like he was long gone, and that's really what caused this whole thing. When he came up in front of Eric Jones in the 20, Jones had nowhere to go.
And Bowman had filled that space in the inside to make it 3 wide with Eric Jones, so he had nowhere to go.
Nope.
Ty Dillon in the 13. Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, Jimmy Johnson, Kyle Larson, who has made it to pit road.
Right there in front of you. Right on the bumper here. Hang on, hang on, hang on.
Couple drivers who tried to sneak through. William Byron was one. Trevor Bayne in the 6 was another. Byron in the 24.
It's up on the outside there.
He's behind Jimmy Johnson. Just look at him in a big slide. Oh, a little bit of contact.
Now here comes the 6. Here comes Bayne.
Goes up the banking.
And makes it.
And see, that's why when you see it all happening, you get on the brakes, you slow it down so you can make it through.
Stage 1 is over, and the race is over for several. Chase Elliott's number 9 from advancing. Big push coming from Elliott and Keselowski. Contact! Elliott slam into the wall.
Are you kidding me?
Danica Patrick, Casey Kane.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
You all right? Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, took the wind out of Chase Elliott.
Yeah, that was
Elliott, Kane. Here's
violent.
Danica Patrick and Kevin Harvick.
Man, Mike,
all
these
this
guys,
blocking going on.
Well, it's at the end of these stages, and everybody, I mean, it's like all of a sudden everybody says, I want to win a stage.
Let's watch how all this materializes. That's turns 1 and 2. You can see some shuffling already going on between Chase Elliott and the block from Ryan Blaney. Now here comes a big run. The 2's going to get to the rear bumper. He's being pushed by Truex. He gets to the rear bumper of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Last second, from at least from that big hit. Yeah. And you see Keselowski got down on the apron. It turned him around. So it looked like the 9 went to block the 2 because he was going to make a move.
Low. Go high, go high, go high, go high.
Harvick just gets clipped by the 2 of Keselowski.
Check up. Get up. Come on. Check up inside. Just inside. Watch him slide across. You're good low. Keep coming. Watch him at the bottom.
How many of
Chase Elliott gets turned around and around, and it's mayhem. Turn 3. Third-generation racer Ryan Blaney in his first drive as a full team. Trouble, turn 4. A car spins to the inside. It's William Byron. Caution.
Caution's out.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Well, that changes some things.
Hey, you know what it changes? The 22
Everything.
will get back on the lead lap.
Yes.
He's got.
And here's what happens. Look for the flames and the sparks.
Yeah, right rear tire. Probably haven't, he's got a lot of body damage, probably rubbed it.
Right front blows out as he's locked up the tires, sliding there on the apron.
Jeff, I'm Ryan Blaney. I've led 114 laps of this race. The next closest guy to me is Kurt Busch.
Incredible, these runs that come so fast. You cannot protect against that run.
Kurt Busch! Around off the bumper of Blaney.
Inside. Call inside. You should be the leader.
Truex not able to avoid this one. Or Bowman.
Oh, Bowman's got it. Benedetto, Stenhouse, a bunch of them.
Di Benedetto all torn up.
In the top 10. Hamlin put a block on the 41.
And that's stalled out the 41. The 12's right in that area, that left rear that turns him around.
Yep.
And it was Alex half the field.
It was on from there.
It become the war of attrition 500.
As soon as Blaney poked his nose to the left quarter panel of that 41, around it went, just like we've seen all week.
Yep. Let's watch from the rear bumper cam of Denny Hamlin.
Bottom. Inside. They're wrecking behind us. Inside. Caution. Watch your inside.
This is all air, folks. That's just air coming off the front nose of that 12 car and pushing on that left side quarter panel of the 41. Of course, then they finally make contact.
Wadded up a bunch of race cars. Oh my goodness.
Looks as if as many as eight lead lap cars made it through unscathed. Wow, what a shower of sparks.
It's like a really bad video game.
And some of those eight, like Ryan Newman and maybe Allmendinger, do have some damage.
But those are, what about these shots?
Martin Truex believes he has a flat tire. He'll come in. Yep.
So hard to get down on that apron when you're in the banking carrying that much speed. It sends you right back up into the banking.
I don't believe that 22 hit the 41. He got right on him, and it just seemed like it let him loose. I'm sorry, the 12. I'm sorry.
I saw 6 lead lap cars get through there without damage. That's all.
That's all. That's good, because that's all that's left.
Needs to move to the top lane.
Gonna have to be quick.
Almirola up to cover. Dillon, where will he go?
Gonna get there.
Oh, into Almirola. Around he goes.
Hang on to it, bud. Hang on to it.
And here it comes with the number 3, 20 years ago. 20 years of trying for Earnhardt. He won the Daytona 500. Austin Dillon wins the 60th running of the Great American Race.
Got a car wrecked here. I think it's Hamlin.
Richard Childress. Austin Dillon's grandfather.
Buddy, hell of a job. That's what I mean. You want it.
5-hour energy, extra strength, big move of the race.
We see Bubba Wallace gets to the back bumper of the 3, gives him a big push. The 10 gets stalled out a little bit here. The 3 goes down low. Now he goes to the high side. They hook bumpers. Turns Eric Almirola outside.
All day long for Denny Hamlin. He comes home in 3rd place. Mike.
What a great recovery for Hamlin. And just look at that, just the way Hamlin beat Martin Truex by inches to win the 500